Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a 12 by 12 process video for you today. I know a lot of us are busy doing our December projects, whatever those may be. A lot of stuff is centered around holidays, and I just needed to work my creative side in a different way and have a moment from that. So I decided to take this picture of these macarons that my girls got the other day for the first time and do a layout about it. So I've had this Love Notes 6x6 pad that's by We Are Memory Keepers for a really long time, and I thought the colors would go really well with this picture. So I pulled that out, and then I just have a piece of white cardstock, and I did lay down a coat of white gesso, not white, clear gesso, not that it really makes a difference, gesso on it before I started. So that's on there and dried and everything. And I'm going to go ahead and work on my layers. So I did kind of speed this up really fast just because it took me kind of a while. But I just picked out some papers that I wanted to use from that 6x6 paper pad, and I'm just kind of layering them together using a combo of my trimmer and my scissors just to kind of get the layers how I want. And yeah, I don't know. I haven't scrapped a 12 by 12 in a pretty long time because I've been so busy doing my December daily, and I finished up my project life for November and stuff. And so I just felt like I needed to do a 12 by 12 and get a little, messy and stuff. Get back to what I like doing the most. So I did throw in a little strip of vellum. I have like a huge scrap pile to my right that you can't see, full of just white cardstock and vellum, because I've been using that a lot in my December daily. And then just that white doily, I think that's from Maggie Holmes' Open Book. And I'm just running my distresser along the edges just to add some more texture and stuff. So yeah, this is nothing really interesting, just distressing and adhering all the layers together. So, yeah, these two strips, I kind of just cut off some scraps that were left off from the layers just to add a little bit more, and I just roughed up the edges of them a little bit. And I'm going to set that aside, and now I'm going to work on the background a little bit. I'm going to pull out some distress inks and do this smushing thing. So I'm starting with some, I think that's Shabby Shutters, and I have a sheet where I have them all stamped out, and it looked a lot more pastel to me on my sheet that I have versus how it kind of came out here, but it's okay, not much of it peeks out, just enough to kind of bring out the green in the collection, and so I was okay with it. And now I'm moving on to spun sugar, and I'm trying to be careful because, as you know, if you mix pink and green, you're going to get kind of a muddy look like I did up there that I just blotted up. So that's what I do when I start getting kind of that muddy look is I just take my towel thingy and I just blot that muddiness up. And that way I was able to get both of those colors. And I was going to smush with this worn lipstick color as well, but I felt like it might have been too dark. And so I just grabbed my paintbrush, and this is like the cheapest one I own. It's a Crayola one, but I love it. I love how it puts the paint on, so I use it a lot. And I'm just going in and selectively putting that darker pink where I want it to be. And I'm going to keep putting my photo there to make sure that I'm getting enough of it or I'm getting it in the areas that I want it to be in, things like that. And then I just grabbed some off the plastic there and just splattered a few little splats of it. I wanted a really watercolory look in the background because there's a sheet of paper in this collection. I'm sure you've seen it. This is an older collection that has just this amazing watercolor pattern on it. And so I wasn't really trying to mimic that, but I did want to have watercolor elements in the background. So I just went back and forth with the colors until I liked it. And then I grabbed this Heidi Swap Color Shine, and that is I don't remember the name of it, but it's like Sea Breeze, or I don't know. Do I have it out here still? I do. Seafoam. Now these were a find. I didn't even know these existed. I had went to Tuesday Morning one day and they had just gotten a bunch of stuff in. These are stencils by American Crafts, and this is a Maggie Holmes edition, and it has stencils in it of icons that she used in her first three lines. So I was like mind blown to find this. Like I said, I didn't even know it existed. It was like $2, so I had to grab it because I love stencils and I love making homes. And I'm like, this is like a treasure. And so I'm just taking that worn lipstick and I'm pushing it through this flower stencil, which I believe is an icon from Flea Market, which is my all-time favorite collection. And I just put one at the top corner and then two at the bottom corner of the picture. And I love how that turned out. And I'm going to do some more gold splatters. And this is the Tim Holtz gold. It's not called gold, it's called tarnished brass, but it's a gold. And I love the way that that splatters. So I went ahead and dried everything up. And now I'm going to do some stamping, more for just texture versus the actual stamping. But I just grabbed some phrase stamps. This one is from Shine that I'm using right now. I also used one from Style Board. And then I'm just going to grab like my regular date stamp and put the actual date and kind of mix that in with these word phrase stamps just so I mean it's on there. So if you do look at the layout and you end up looking at kind of that stamping in the background, you'll see the date in there as well. And I thought that was kind of cool. So yeah, here's the date stamp and I'm just stamping that. And there's really no rhyme or reason to the phrases I used, or I mean I tried to make them correlate, but it's a cookie, so you know. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and adhere the photo cluster down because I'm done with the background work for now. Well, actually, I think I'm just done with it, so I don't want to lead you on. But I did feel like the bottom of the layout needed something down there, some weight. And so I grabbed three pattern papers that I wanted to include at the bottom, and I'm just going to push them all together and cut them off with my trimmer so that they are roughly the same size. And then I'm just going to line them up down there and tape them down. And at first I thought I wanted that pink and green strip that's going to be in the middle to be directly in the middle, but then I decided I wanted to off center it because this is such a diagonal design that I thought it would be cool to have that kind of offset. So I just showed you I did some stitching there off camera. I stitched the papers at the very bottom of the layout and then I just did some random stitches across the top of the picture, not on the picture, but above it and below it. So here we go embellishing. I pulled out a bunch of my Fifth and Frolic, that's a Dear Lizzie, older Dear Lizzie line embellishments because they really seem to go, the colors really seem to go well. I don't have any embellishments from this Love Notes collection. I just randomly picked this up at a Tuesday morning one time when I was there. And for those of you that have a Tuesday morning near you, they have some really good stuff in right now. So you might want to go check them out if you have one available to you. But I decided I wanted to use this Merci for my title, basically because this is a French cookie and that's a French word. I know it means thank you, but you know, that's all right with me. I thought it was still cute. And now these are some pink paisley Hello Sunshine chipboard pieces, and I'm going to use some hearts off of there. I did think I was going to use that You Make Me Happy, but I decided to go with this chipboard piece in the back that says Love This, and it's like one of those I don't know what those are even called, but I love that shape. I'm like obsessed with that shape. I love using it in my project life. I don't know what it's called, a flag. I don't know. So yeah, I just grabbed a couple chipboard hearts and layered them to the top of the picture, and then I'm going to place that one directly on. And then these are some Chamel stickers from her first collection, and I, as I'm watching the video now, that ampersand one didn't actually look that bad, but I don't end up using it, so maybe next time. It's so weird when you film a video and then you watch it back and you're like, that really didn't look that bad, you know? Maybe I should have left it there. So this is a feather from Fifth and Frolic, and I don't know, it doesn't really hold a lot of weight on the layout. I just put it in there. And then these are a couple heart stickers, so you can see I'm kind of repeating that heart theme throughout the page. And then this is the paper die cuts from Fifth and Frolic, and I'm going to use that ticket, which I believe says Good for the Soul on it. So I'm going to have that kind of in the layers and that have that phrase poking out. And then that clipboard says Keep It Simple. And I just thought the clipboard was cute. The pink went and it kind of added something to where the title was. So and I pull out that ampersand, but I'm going to end up changing that in a while. And then I'm going to use this. This is actually from Polka Dot Party, I think, that piece of ephemera. And it says Authentic Handmade. So I'm going to slip that up there in the layers. And this is how bad of a hoarder I am. I'm like, oh, I could probably use that another time. That bottom piece that'll just be under the layers. So I'll just cut that off. Yeah, I have so much stuff. It's like I didn't really need to do that, but why not, right? So I'm just sticking some stuff down and fiddling, as I like to call it. I fiddle. And now I wanted to use this frame with these three wood veneer hearts on it, and that is from Crate Paper Love Notes, I believe. So there's two love note lines. One's Crate Paper and one's We Are Memory Keepers. And I'm going to stick that little flare in it. That's from Style Board, and it just says happy. And I love the way that color really kind of pops off the page because it's so bright. It's a big dose of it. And then, oh, this is a hoard item. These are the bows from Porky Polka Dot Party and the fabric bows. And this is my second to last one, so I have one left. But yeah, I just love the texture it added and the pop of bright pink right there. So I used it. And then these are the lovely glitter chipboard hearts from Seven Paper Studio Calico, and I love those. And so I'm going to use a couple of those on the page as well. I do notice when I peel some of them up, the backing will stick to the paper, so I have to like glue them down. But if I am careful, then they are just fine. And some enamel dots. These ones are from Doodlebug, and they're the ones that have just that light glitter in them, so really pretty. And I'm just using some pink ones, Swiper, and scattering those around in a couple places. Gluing that flare down. It did have adhesive on it, but it wasn't very sticky, so. And now I'm going to go back into super fast speed as I do my journaling. I'm sorry about that. My kids brought my dog in here with me, so hopefully he won't bark too much. But yeah, I'm just going to do my journaling about how these were the girls' first macarons, and we got them from Caribou, which is a coffee chain here. In Minnesota. We saw them when we went in one day to get their dad some coffee. And so I grabbed them some so they could try them. And, honestly, I don't think they liked them very much. I've never had one, so I'm not sure what they taste like. But these were some raspberry ones, and they were kind of just like, they're all right. So, but that's okay. You never know until you try, right? So here are some real-time close-ups of the page, and I will have some stills at the end actually this time. I know I haven't been doing that lately. I've kind of been trying to get a feel for how I want to shoot them because I have my new DSLR, and so it's a little different shooting than when I was just taking pictures with my camera phone before. So hopefully I'll get the hang of that soon. They're still not the best pictures, but I did want to have some pictures to go along with this. So anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will be back. I have some December daily pages on deck, so watch out for those. Thanks, guys. Bye.